This is Fritz Frivolous with continuous live coverage of the corner of Curious Lane and Just Because Boulevard, the epicenter of the alien invasion. And this just in, King Kong is fighting the Mobile Suit Gundam. And of course, all of this is happening amidst World War IV, making it pure pandemonium. If only Captain Planet were still alive to save us all. Dude, could you imagine?
Good evening, sir. May I start you off with some wine, perhaps?
Actually, I would like to try some champagne. How about some of that Dom Perignon? And I'm actually ready to order. I'll start with the consomme. Then for the main meal, I'll have the filet mignon. And for dessert, I'll try the tiramisu.
Let me repeat your order. That's a glass of Dom Perignon, one consommé, a filet mignon, and for dessert, tiramisu.
Yeah, sure, that sounds fine.
Very good, sir.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Tom Case.
This is Will Stark.
Will, we have a fun-filled, big episode. Wait, let me rephrase that one back.
The big fat fucking episode.
Yes, it's the big fatty. No, we have a really big, fun-filled episode. That's actually what I was trying to say, but what was in my brain did not come out of my mouth the way I wanted it to. But our first question is actually inspired by you.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Inspired by? Or was that? Did I ask it?
Yes, you did ask it.
Okay.
It is a Will question.
Okay, sounds good.
And I actually really like this question.
All right.
And it is, what if you were to open and run your own restaurant? What kind of restaurant would it be?
I remember coming up with this question. Okay, parameters.
So the parameters is, you know, I thought about this and I was thinking, you know, oh, what if there was these parameters like you only have this much money to spend and stuff.
Okay.
And that started to get a little boring because because I understand that if, you know, the whole spirit behind this question was you want to make something that's like, you know, what would be the word? Creative from your own mind. And a lot of times creativity is going to cost a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think especially in the restaurant world.
This is money is no object is the name of the question here.
Yeah, I'm going to say, no, I'm not going to say money is no object, but like, yeah, for the most part, I'm not going to really start to bash you on like, oh, well, you can't have this much money. But at the same time, keep it within some, like, you can't say like, well, mine's going to have the, you know, a space station rocket right next to it, you know, for people. No, it's not going to be that much. You know what I mean? But for the most part, if you were going to
open a restaurant,
I want to know what kind you would open, where. You know what I mean? What kind of food maybe you would have? Is there a theme? Maybe, you know what I mean? Like maybe this is just some restaurant where it's like literally one of those, you know, one of those inclusive experiences where it's not a bunch of people to go there. You schedule a time and...
I feel like you're going to be shocked by my answer.
I
think
hope
you're
I am.
going to be shocked by my answer.
Okay,
but before we get to me, did you think about this? What about you?
You know, I have thought about it.
Okay, let's hear it.
You know, I would really love to open a themed restaurant. I like the whole like
what theme do you have in mind?
I like the whole theatrics of things, you know what I mean? And so there was actually a restaurant in New York. I don't remember the name of it. I've never been there. I just remember somebody a long time ago told me that they had gone to this restaurant while in New York, and it was all like mafia themed.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Like they literally had like you would be sat at like the Lucchese table or, you know, the Gambino table or like, you know, the names of like these five the big five, they call them, right?
Yeah, you're going to have to educate me. I know nothing about
Okay, so like they usually call them the big five or they're the largest 5 crime families in New York.
Okay.
And it's the Lucchese.
They were or they are?
No, they are.
Still now?
Oh, yeah, they're still now. I mean, as far as I know, I don't think that
like how are they so big? Like in the modern age, how do they survive when we know their names? Like what is it?
Yeah, I know, right? Like you would think, those names came from days of old. Those weren't the people running them now aren't like they're not actually named.
But what illegal activities are they doing?
Oh, well, a lot of them now are, they're probably a lot of digital crimes. They've made their way into like our, you know, our era, you know.
Yeah. Legit, but now they're legitimate.
But a lot of them have legitimate businesses.
That's so crazy.
And I do believe that's mostly probably where they get a lot of their money to then funnel into like probably certain other criminal activity, because like you got to think that a lot of them have like they control all the vice, right? So they control like drugs, they control prostitution.
Do they though?
control
Still now?
illegal gambling.
Okay, I gotta take your word for it. I know nothing about this.
Oh yeah. So the 5 families would be, let's see if I can remember on top of my head. I think the Banana family, the Gambino.
Banana family.
Yeah, the banana. I would be very careful if you go visit New York and don't start going around.
I have no plans.
Yeah, but hey,
look for the Banana Clan. What?
Be like, hey, do you hear this guy over here? You know, he just called us the Banana family.
stupid.
Did you hear that? You know.
All right.
Hey, let's go teach this guy a lesson. Huh? No, wait a minute. Isn't that Will? That's Will from DCYI, dude. Could you imagine? Could you imagine this going on?
I really couldn't, but I guess I am because I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, Gambino, Banana, Lucchese, oh wow, see, I forgot the last 2 now.
Either way, okay.
But
okay, that's
anyways,
pretty cool. What about the food items?
So the food items, I hear it's basically, like, from what I was told, they're really good at obviously pasta, Italian food,
Okay.
but steak as well.
Yeah.
And what they did there though is like you get seated in a table, and I don't know how long it was, maybe 15, 25 minutes, they would have like certain actors come out. I'm assuming they're probably also the waiters and stuff too, and they put on a little show, like a little like they'll come out and I think they're mic'd. And when they come out, they start like talking, doing little scripts, right? And ultimately, if you're there, I think for at least an hour, you get the full story. So like first you'll see them talking back and forth,
So it's like dinner theater.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly. And then like, 20 minutes later, maybe, or maybe it's like 15 minutes, they come out and it's like a continuation of what went on, or maybe it's like another scene until the very end. It's like, I'm not sure about this, but I thought they even said there's like a fake, like a gun battle in there too. I'm kind of like iffy on that now. Like I'm thinking I don't know if they would have that now, because I would see a lot of people probably maybe complaining. I don't know.
Right.
But
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would want to be themed. And
Okay. But what would your theme be?
I think my theme would most likely have to do with
Greek gods.
No, not Greek gods. I would probably choose a futuristic Star Trek style. Like if I could,
right.
and like, let's see, what do you think? Is this a good parameter? We can get the rights to, like,
sure, you can get the rights.
So if I could get the rights to
yeah,
that, it would definitely be Star Trek.
All right, can you give me an example of the food?
So in Star Trek: The Next Generation, of the food,
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. The food will be based off of like. What you would see, I think I said this in one of the episodes where we said if we had any fake foods be real, and it would be the different like Klingon dishes, Romulan dishes, Ferengi dishes, right?
Goodness.
All that kind of stuff. Obviously, since those don't exist, what it ultimately will end up being probably be some fusion of steakhouse and Asian style cuisine, because of the fact that a lot of Asian cuisine uses like a lot of seafood, which I don't think a lot of people are exposed to as much as let's say you go to a place and you get a burger or whatever, one of those places, right? And so you can make a lot of those foods look different, look like they're from outer world, what I mean? Like you can make something look like, wow, I've never seen that before, but obviously what it really is probably some I don't know.
It's some earthling
dish
equivalent.
Yeah, exactly.
It's as close as you can get to the fictional thing, right? Okay, that's interesting. And like, would the restaurant itself be like aboard like the Enterprise?
So I was thinking what would be cool is if like you can have different parts where, you could be sat, if you want to be sat in the Enterprise section, you'll be seated in what they call on the Enterprise, in Star Trek: The Next Generation, they have what's called 10 Forward, which is like their lounge / bar / you could hang out, right? And so they would have that area, right? And I would want it modeled so it looks like that, and
that'd be cool.
And have the big windows, because they had big windows that looked out into space wherever they were at that time. Which Disney is working. I think they might already be using it at the Epcot Center. There's supposed to be a fake space station restaurant that you could go eat in.
Right.
And they have these gigantic windows, and they have this new technology where it literally looks like you're in outer space. I mean, the visuals visuals on it is
That's really
amazing.
cool. Have you ever read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yes.
Have you,
No, I haven't read it. I've seen. Come on, Will.
that
you
movie.
Know
Oh God, damn it!
you
Tom.
know me, Will. Come on.
Yeah, but like, okay, that movie sucks. Let's just start there. The movie's trash, and the books are amazing.
I liked it.
Like, the disparity between the books and the movie is so great as to like that movie's hardly recognizable as the books. Anyway, you know what? I'm not having this conversation. There's a book because it's a series of books. It's not just one book. The first book is called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The second book is called The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. Is that in the movie? That's in the movie, right? The Restaurant at the End of the Universe?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that trash movie. But
Will, that was the best movie
It reminds
ever
me what you described, of course, the Restaurant at the End of the Universe, where they can see out into space. Well, actually, what they can see out onto the end of the universe.
Yeah,
like the end of the universe, like time wise, not space wise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyways.
Yeah, that I think that would be awesome. And then I kind of feel like too there should be, things from like maybe even other ships, maybe the Klingon ship, like their
Different
mess
sections.
hall or something like that.
I like that. I think that'd be cool. Now, sorry. How do you know this doesn't already exist or something close to it?
So I have never heard anything. Okay, close to it would be the thing at Epcot Center.
Sure,
that would be close
but there's
to it.
no Star Trek themed restaurants.
But I have not heard
Really?
of or seen any other Star Trek
It
themed
just
restaurant.
feels like something that would have existed already.
So I remember hearing back in the day in Las Vegas, they actually had an actual Star Trek exhibit that was like you literally walk on to like replicas of the ship, right, of the Enterprise, and you could go around, whatever, take photo ops. But I don't remember if they actually had a restaurant in there.
Right.
I'm gonna say no. I don't think they did.
Okay.
But
Either way,
I haven't seen.
It wasn't like the full immersion that you're looking for.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay, here's a question:
exactly.
What's the name of your restaurant?
You know what? That I never thought about the name, but like literally just before you said that, like it started clicking in my brain. Like, what would be the name of this restaurant?
Name, yeah.
And I don't know if it would be like, man, I have, the problem with calling it like, what a lot of, let's say, people who are a fan of Star Trek know about 10 Forward, just calling it 10 Forward, but then having these other sections.
10 Forward? What is
10
that?
Forward was that bar / restaurant
yeah.
area that I told you.
Well, okay. We're operating under the assumption that you get the licensing right. So you could call it 10 Forward.
Yeah.
Why not call it 10 Forward?
Because what if I didn't just remember how I told you like sections of like, oh, this one would be 10 Forward. This one may be the Klingon mess hall on a Klingon ship. But now that I think about
there's
it.
the holodeck, right? The holodeck can take you anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you could make a play off that since you're having like different sections.
Oh, that would be cool.
It's
And
just
just
an
maybe
idea.
the Holo restaurant. No, that sounds cheesy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it doesn't make you think Star Trek.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, maybe you can think of it.
Man, you know what? I want the help of our listeners.
audience,
You know what I mean?
Okay, so just to recap, your dream restaurant would be a Star Trek themed.
Yeah, I
restaurant.
think that's what.
Okay, now
would
I
try.
feel like mine are stupid because I
Why?
didn't. Well, I don't know. You ended up having this epic like fantasy restaurant. I'm like, oh, I just want it. Well, you'll see. So.
Oh, so I may really be surprised because I thought I totally had in my head. I already
tell.
have ideas that I was going to help you with because
okay.
I thought you were going to pick something.
I
but
can tell.
yeah.
I can tell you were thinking. No, this is probably a completely different direction because it's very simple of mine. So what inspired this question? I actually have a few I want to talk about because one is actually my fiance's, which is probably the more serious one that may actually happen maybe one day in life. But this first one's just silly and dumb, and it made me laugh. So during my leave after my son was born, I was cooking a lot for the family. And I started messing around with a lot of different types of actually, hold on. Before I get to that, have you ever seen the movie Chef? With
with Jon Favreau?
Yes,
John
I
Favreau. Love that
Fuck,
movie.
It's
yes.
an excellent movie.
Excellent
Love that movie. And the whole food truck thing that he starts, like obviously it looks like it's a ton of work. And like he's talented at it, and like he makes it look easy, even though it's still obviously a lot of work. And I understand that like the idea of starting a food truck is probably nowhere near as glamorous or relaxing or like as like what's the word I'm looking for? Not relaxing, but like because it's like just a simple life, just like I'm not worried about like all the stuff I'm trying to do now. I just go. I'm gonna just grab a food truck.
Oh, I
and
see.
I'm just gonna go make food.
Carefree.
Carefree,
Yeah.
right? I know that's probably not the case.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
projecting my dreams onto it because it looks so nice. But that movie always inspires me to want to just buy a food truck and go and make.
That's
make
cool.
food.
Yeah.
And so back to my leave when I was cooking for the family a lot, and I still do this a lot. We started messing around with a lot of different cuts of sausages and links and stuff like that, and I started getting really creative with them. And I was cooking up like mango habanero sausages with diced grilled sweet peppers and diced grilled onions with sriracha mayo and like cheddar cheese on a toasted brioche bun.
Wow.
Dude, and these things were
That-
coming out
okay.
so good. Like they were so
that
good,
man.
Tom.
Uh-huh.
I was doing like a pineapple sausage, like
Why are you making me hungry now, man?
I was doing pineapple sausages, no cheese on that one, but I'm a sucker for mayo, and I know this sounds gross to people, but I put mayo on the bun. Again, another brioche bun, and dice up some grilled onions and get some mustard all up on there and some relish. Oh, it was bomb. And so I started coming up with all these different ideas for all these different sausages. I'm trying to remember now because it's been so long. Because I gave you that question, like 6 or 7 months ago now?
I think so.
Or
Yeah.
like, it must have been like 5.5 months ago.
Something. Yeah. It was a while.
I was thinking, what if I got like a spicy Italian salad? No.
Oh,
it was an
man.
Italian sausage with, what do they call the ovioli mozzarella? You know,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with that on it, with some diced tomato and some spicy marinara.
Ooh.
We call it the Italian stallion. I was
man,
coming
that's
up with
even a perfect, yeah.
I was coming up with all these different ones that I wanted to make. And I've made some of them, haven't made others. But then that got me thinking about the food truck idea, and I was talking to Michelle about it, and we were like daydreaming aloud. And I said, "Oh yeah, we could start a food." I go, "It'd be cool if we just did it for like we rented out a food truck for I don't know what short amount of time, a couple of weeks, who knows?
Yeah.
We get all the stuff and we just go out and do it, not because we're gonna make money, but just because
because
fuck,
you
I want to do
yeah,
it. Let's
you
just
wanna
go.
try,
We're gonna make sausages for the community. We're gonna just go out there and sell them for cheap and like have a good time.
So all of these are going to be all what's on your menu is mostly going to be like sausage based sliders.
Not sliders, but the idea would be, I'm thinking anywhere from 8 to 10, really unique combination of some sort of like hot dog sausage thing.
Oh,
And-
okay.
I'm not going to allow people to have a custom order. It's like, no. There's 10 things on the menu.
Yeah.
You can get the Italian stallion. You can get the mango mania. You can get this. You can get that. You can that. Because I want people to try something they
Yeah.
haven't tried before. Because there's a lot of flavor
That's
profiles out
perfect
there.
for someone like me.
Yeah.
That's what I love to do.
And everyone's going to have their different favorites and stuff like that. And you know what? I wish I had known you were going to ask me this question because I would have gone back in my memory and wrote up at least I think I came up with 5 different dogs already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would have written them up. But you know what I can do is we could do an old news.
Oh, yeah,
And
that'll
I'll
be cool.
dig it up
Yeah.
and we'll go back. But me and Michelle were talking about this theoretical food truck because she was like, that sounds really nice. Like she was really into the idea.
Yeah.
I was like, babe, maybe one day when we're older and like I don't have like the 9 to 5 all the time. Like maybe we can make that happen. That'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
But she was like, well, what would we call it? And so
Yeah, I was gonna
we
ask you.
brainstormed for a while, and she came up with a name. And I love the name so much that I was like, we have to do this one day. And the idea would be to get the food truck, get it all set up, and paint on the side Willie's Wild Wieners.
Willie's
Wild Wieners.
Wild Wieners. You know what? That would be a name. Like if I was walking by somewhere, like me, I'd be like, "Hey, babe, look, Willie's Wild Wieners." I would tell her like, "Come on, we got to go get something."
Exactly.
I was like, "Yeah,
That's what I
we
said.
gotta get
If I
something
saw
there."
that, I would want to go there.
And you know what? That is perfect. I am the kind of person where I'm like, well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Because this actually is a big factor for me if I do this or not.
Yeah.
How expensive, let's say, one of these things off the menu would be?
If I were to do this the way I have planned, is I'm probably going to charge basically cost. Because I just want to go do it. I'm not actually looking to make a lot of money. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I could be talked out of that. I'm not.
Well, no. Give me the price if you wanted to make this a business where you're making money. Yeah, then tell me what you would.
Okay. So for my mango one, which is like my prize Joel Mandu, that whenever
Describe
I get the chance
that one
to make
again.
this, it's a mango habanero sausage.
Okay.
With diced grilled
already sounds-
onions and sweet peppers. It has sriracha mayo and mustard on it.
Mm-hmm.
A slice of cheddar cheese underneath it, melted on a brioche bun.
Dang, dude, that's mouth-watering,
It's
dude.
so
That's
good, dude.
Okay, so if I wanted to order that, that's a number what? Your number 2?
We'll call it the number 1.
Okay, the
We'll
number
call it
1.
the number
Okay.
1. And I wanted to do I wanted to do like kettle style chips on the side.
Oh, those are always the best
like
ones.
5 or 6
yeah,
kettle style chips, like the jalapeno ones, maybe some sweet onion ones.
Now, can you pick those ones?
Yeah, you
meal?
can pick your chip. And I would say the combo, so for the chip, the dog, and the drink, I'd like to keep it like, if I could, $8.99.
Oh, okay,
like,
not bad.
I'm not looking for the, when you go and get novelty food, it's like $12.99.
I know. Yeah, I actually thought you were going to say $12.99.
I'm not, like, obviously, if I look at the cost and I have to charge that much, then I guess I have to. But like, my goal would be to keep a combo under $10 because I want to sell it, and I'm not worried about money because I just want to go out there and sell this food. But anyways, that's my dream. I know it would probably be a lot more of a headache and stress me out more than like I imagined, but in my head, it's just so much fun.
Well, see, it does, I do like the fact that you were talking about, where you're not really going to let people like do custom orders. It's you order off the menu and that's what you get. Yeah. Because like I do, for me, I'm pretty okay with that. And if it's $8.99, I'm okay with going like, okay, you know what is this mango shit? I got to try this out. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Yeah, and I want it to be all really interesting flavor profiles and interesting combinations with clever names and all this. You seen Bob's Burgers? You ever watch Bob's?
No, I haven't watched that yet. Yeah, I know. I remember you were telling me. Yeah.
So Bob, he runs a burger shop. But one of the cool things in the show is every single episode, he's got a little like chalkboard on the side, and he has a different burger of the day, and the burger is always some really unique flavor, and like it has a funny name. Like one's called Baby You Could Chive My Car.
Oh, really?
And basically, it's a burger with chives as kind of like the main centerpiece to flavor it up. And I don't remember the details, but like he's got like little toothpicks with like pickles on the side for wheels, like
oh, right on,
like
the
Beatles song "Baby You Could Drive My Car."
Yeah,
like there's a funny pun based burger recipe in every single episode.
Would you have that as on your menu? Like, is that how you wanted to?
Well, no. I'm just saying that's what inspired me about the names. I want the names to be funny. Like the Italian Stallion was just what I came up with, but I would like to have fun names for each of my dogs, if you will.
Yeah. I think that's
so. That's my jokey joke dream. That's like I would love for that to happen, but it's not like I won't die. I won't be upset if it never happens in my life. Yeah. The one that's more serious is my fiance has always had a dream. We want to retire in like a mountain town. That's a big dream of ours. But she really, really wants to, in retirement, open up a coffee shop.
Oh, okay.
And she wants to open up a mountain town coffee shop, and she makes specialty cheesecakes. That's what she does. It's one of her favorite hobbies. And she does other desserts too, but cheesecakes, so good. Like amazing cheesecakes. And she wants to sell her cheesecakes there. And she's really into wood carving and furniture, like what's it called? Not recycling. That's not the word I'm looking for. But like she takes old furniture and like,
she refurbishes it.
She refurbishes it and makes it brand new and beautiful.
Oh, right on.
She's really good at art, and she likes wood cutting and stuff like that. So she also wants to, like, the tables people sit at the coffee shop are for sale. Like if you want them, they're all real nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I thought it was a really unique idea, and so she really wants to make that a dream.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about one of my other dreams, or not one of my other dreams, but I'm a bit of a ice cream snob, Tom. Okay. I told you this.
Yeah, I do.
And like all I gotta say about this is I've always wanted to do my own little like ice cream parlor thing where I come up with 8 to 12 custom flavors that you've never seen before, but they're delicious because I've made them and they're incredible.
Yeah.
And we talked about me having a little ice cream like a cart.
Oh, yeah.
So she's going to sell her coffee and cheesecakes and her furniture. I'll have my ice cream cart, and like, well, that's how we'll retire. That's our dream.
Well, you know what? I don't know why. Will you be wearing all white?
Like, oh yeah, I want to go old 1950s. Yeah, that's what are soda parlors?
Yeah,
soda parlor style. That'd be cool,
dude. That's what I don't know why I had that picture in my head. Also, I do remember you telling me about this before, and I remember you telling me again that when you have these ice creams, like
there's no custom made. These are the 8 flavors. I think I even gave you my 8 flavors. Yeah, maybe we can post them somewhere.
If you want, or something. Put them on. We'll post them on our Instagram.
I'll write them out again for you, and you can post my custom ice cream flavors that I came up with.
Yeah, you know what? And actually, when we post your ice cream flavors, hopefully people will read them. Comment in on what you think would be your favorite flavor.
Absolutely. We'll do the same with the hot dogs too, because I'll get those to Tom.
Exactly. Also, I was thinking though, I do like you have this ongoing theme. I know you're probably not familiar with Seinfeld, but in the show Seinfeld,
I know what you're
they have a character named Soup Nazi.
Soup Nazi,
and you cannot ask. You tell him what kind of soup you want, and that's it. You get what he gives you, and that you don't say anything
he only
else.
has the same. He has whatever soup he made that day, right?
Well, he does have maybe a couple options, but if you say anything after he like, if you say, "Can I have more napkins?" Even he'll be like, "What?" And then he'll be like, "No soup for you." He'll grab your soup away from you and be like, "No soup for you." Right. And he'll tell you like, "You come back 3 months." Like,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Lemongrab.
That's exactly what reminded me of Lemongrab. 7 years dungeon, no trial. I got a little bit of a lemongrab in me, maybe a little bit of a soup Nazi in me.
Yeah, I think
you that's get what's here, and that's. I even thought about, well, maybe I'm doing too much with 8 to 10 flavors. Maybe what I could do is I'll have 3 flavors on any given day, and I'll cycle them. And I'm sorry if you came here for the bed and breakfast flavor, which is one of my favorite flavors. It involves banana, maple syrup, and vanilla ice cream.
Oh man.
But you'll have to come. You'll have to come when I have that flavor. I have these 3 flavors now.
Yeah, that would be disappointing. But you know what? That's. To me, I wouldn't mind that, because to me, you're right. It would force you to be like, okay, well, you know what? Let me try this, because you never know. Yeah. I mean, but with ice cream, are you ever going to get a bad choice? I don't think so. Like the worst it'll be.
So we're going to have this discussion. So I suffer from, and I think a lot of people do, from what is it? I think
choice anxiety.
Choice anxiety, a little bit, but it's more like decision exhaustion. It's like I don't want to have to make all these goddamn decisions. It's like it's actually more difficult for me if I go to your restaurant and you have a million things that all look good. I'm like, Jesus, what am I gonna order?
Cheesecake Factory is hard.
Dude. There's a lot of, and I get why it's popular. Totally, I see the appeal, and I think it's just because I'm getting older. But dude, every day In-N-Out is more and more alluring to me, because guess what? You go to In-N-Out, they got 4 things on the menu.
Yeah, that's it.
You're going to get a cheeseburger. It's going to be delicious. You're going to get some fries. And guess what? If you don't like In-N-Out fries, you can ask them to be extra crispy. You can get them animal style, but you're going to get French fries. And you're going to get your drink, and then you're going to have a good time. And you didn't have to think about it. And at this point, where I am in life, if I don't have to think about it, it tastes better to me.
Yeah, and plus with your ice cream idea, like what I was just about to say was, the worst that'll ever happen to you is you'll say like, "Oh, I wish I had more of that." Like that's probably going to be the worst.
That would be my hope.
I've never seen anyone like really ever get an ice cream flavor that's listed at some place and be like, "Oh my God." Right. No, I've never seen that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you might just be like, whatever. But like mostly you're just probably like, "Oh, I wish I had more of that." You know what I mean? That's about it.
Absolutely.
But dude, could you imagine?
This just in, a new study suggests leaving an Apple Podcast review is very important for a newly created podcast. So please don't forget to leave an Apple Podcast review. In financial news, Patreon supporters are among the most appreciated in the podcast industry. You can support the DCYI team by heading over to patreon.com/dude could you imagine. This has been Fritz Frivolous, reminding you to like, comment, and subscribe. Will and Tom, back to you. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. A song revolving around one word, bird. However, there are many words we humans use to communicate with one another. Different languages have evolved around the globe in hopes that an understanding can be reached between people. Depending on what tone is used, inflection, and what words are spoken, a multitude of different feelings and ideas can be conveyed. But what if you could create your own word? What would be the definition of this newly created word? Let us listen to 2 of the most creative dictionary authors, Will and Tom, as they try to find the best words for this answer. And we're back.
Indeed we are.
Will, this next question, it might be a little bit of a weird one. Not the question itself, but just the thought about doing this. Like, what would you come up with? And the question is, what if you could create your own word?
Oh, whoa, what?
Wow, right?
Okay,
that's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what went through my head when I thought of this. I was like, wow, this would be kind of interesting.
Dude, I'm going to be stumped.
Yeah, so the parameters basically are going to be the people who are in charge of, Webster's dictionary and all this kind of stuff. they're going to let you create a word and a definition to this word and how you want to use it, and and it'll be entered into the book and be a part of our English language.
Okay.
But you know what? Before we go to that, let's go to some Fritz facts.
Okay.
Fritz facts.
So I was just looking up, and obviously, I know only a couple of other languages and not fluently. So these are all going to be facts that pretty much come with the English language.
Okay. Okay.
And they're basically just weird facts about certain words. Like one of them I found was the word computer actually has been used to refer to a person since 1613.
Yep.
And then to a machine since 1869. And then to an electronic device since 1946. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You knew that? Wow.
Yeah.
I should have known you would know that. Because I did not know that. Like, computer.
Yeah, a person who computes. Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that. Yeah. Okay, let's see how many of these you may know.
Okay.
Did you know?
I could lie. Like,
I know. I knew
that.
that. So, the word daisy is a contraction. Do you know of what?
I have no idea. I've never heard that in my life.
This one actually is a contraction of day's eye because the flower only opens in the morning and closes at night. Yeah, I thought that was...
Why did we change it? That's so much cooler.
Yeah, just call it a day's eye.
The day's eye flower.
I sometimes I feel like it probably was, and then just how like languages start to people get lazy and they start to just like it's now a contraction, right? So they probably used to people get that day's eye flower over there, good sir, you know what I mean? And now it's after a while it's just like I gotta get that daisy, you know what I mean? It's like whatever,
exactly.
These kind of words always trip me up sometimes, like the word deeded. D-E-E-D-E-D is the only word that is made with only two different letters used each 3 times.
Yeah, okay, I can see that, yeah. I don't think I've ever used the word deeded in my life.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever either. Also, and I actually thought I saw from another website I was looking up stuff, is that there are other, what they call quote-unquote ghost words, which are non-existent words that appear in the dictionary because of printing errors.
Whoa.
But because they didn't catch it in time,
they're official.
They came.
Like what? Give me examples. What
so
is this?
The one word here that they give example is the word dord, D-O-R-D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You see that a lot nowadays, where we action a noun. So like so and so chaired a meeting. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They've now verbed chair.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Even when I say they actioned a noun, even that is verbing. Well, I guess action is a noun, isn't it? Because you're describing a thing. The thing is action, and if you actioned it, you're now verbing the noun. But anyways, I digress. So like we do that in modern language now on purpose. That's
on purpose. Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I guess dord. I guess I should have looked up what dord meant.
Dord him right in the fucking face.
Yeah, I know, right? This one I like because I don't even know how to pronounce this correctly, but I always thought that words had to have at least some words like you at least have to have like one vowel and or one consonant, right?
I mean, usually, but there are extreme what do you got?
Which is this word right here. Okay. I don't know.
Did you get an official pronunciation on this thing?
No, but let me spell it.
Okay.
And I want to hear your pronunciation of the word.
Okay.
E-U-O-U-A-E.
E-U-O-U-A-E. A-E. That would be... Oowawi. Oowawi.
Yeah,
oowawi.
Right.
It's oowawi.
Yeah, oowawi?
Yeah, it's oowawi.
Oowawi. Okay, let me tell you the definition of this. Okay, this oowawi is a type of cadence in medieval music.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, it's a good old oowawi. Yeah. I'm bobbing my head.
I know
you guys can't see it. But.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. I did. He's like, I can hear like dung 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 dung, and then someone's like, "Oh, my lady, do you hear that good oowawi?" Like, what I mean?
It really gets my feet moving.
Yeah, I know.
Dear God.
Oh, man. But that is the longest all vowel word.
I'm still not convinced it's a word.
Yeah, I know. Like I feel like that would be the ghost word. Anyways,
Yeah.
the one of the last ones here, because I thought it was the only other like really interesting fact here that I found, because a lot of the other ones are stuff that's kind of common knowledge. You know, like, oh, did you know like the word startling, right? STARTLING is a 9-letter word that if you start removing one letter at a time, it could spell other words. Well, you could do that with a lot of other words too. But,
absolutely.
yeah, so
that's not an impressive fact.
Yeah, exactly. That's why those ones I'm like, I'm not going to read all those.
Okay, gotcha.
So the last really impressive one I thought was kind of, funny. And I don't even know if I'm saying this right. Posynonym? I think
Sounds like an antibiotic.
Yeah, right. Posynonym is a synonym for the word synonym.
I hate it.
Yeah. you hate the word.
That's just dumb. Okay,
Yeah.
so it just means synonym.
Yeah,
So we
exactly.
could call a synonym
Well,
either
it's
a
a
synonym.
synonym for a synonym. What?
It's a synonym that. Say it again. What's the word? Posynonym. Posynonym.
Yeah, POECIL.
It also just means the same thing as cinnamon.
Yeah.
means. Cinnamon. I can't speak.
Yeah, I
that.
know. That's why.
Synonym.
Synonym. Yeah.
Oh my Jesus.
POECILONYM.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we got for Fritz Facts for Words.
Man, it's hard. Like, I like language a lot, but I've never thought of inventing my own words. So this
I know, neither have I.
I do know, like, there are some fictional words that I like. So, like, okay, I watch a lot of Adventure Time. Let's just start there.
Uh-huh.
And, in Adventure Time, especially Finn, but a lot of characters tend to yell out exclamations that, like, aren't exclamations in our world. And some of them are real words. Like, he says mathematical. Or, like, I don't math that or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, it doesn't actually make sense, but it's funny in context of the show. But then they also yell out things that just aren't words. And for some reason, specifically Jake the dog, whenever he like gets fired up about something and he's kind of like getting a little angry about it, he uses the word grok. And it just sounds...
I remember him, yeah.
So why can't you grok that? And I'm like, ooh, and that word doesn't even mean anything, but I feel it.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking maybe a word like that. I know in Battlestar Galactica that in order to get around the dropping F-bombs, instead of saying fuck, they say frack.
Oh, okay.
And at first it seems silly, but then the more you hear it, like it just becomes normal, and it totally sounds. You don't even notice that it sounds a little cheesy.
Yeah. See, in my head, I always wanted to fix certain like grammatical or definitions of words or words that we lack that could easily describe something. Like for example. I know in a lot of other countries around the world, like my mom speaks Korean, and whenever she used to talk about like my dad's side of the family, right? Mm-hmm. It would always be a little confusing to her if she's hearing someone talking about them or she's trying to talk about them because of the fact that they have different words for the paternal side, like uncle or brother or sisters,
okay,
right?
Okay.
So when they say a certain word, automatically right off the bat, he's talking about his dad's brother. So, you know what I mean? Instead of going my uncle, which uncle? Yeah, from my dad's side. Yeah, exactly.
A whole confusion.
Yeah, we don't have, obviously just by the example right there, we don't really have that in English. No. You have to explain.
So they speak with a little bit more specificity.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And those things actually kind of bother me. I'm always like, why? Yeah. You know what I mean? I guess I always just, I don't know. I'm very particular at like, and my wife, she hates this because like she'll say something that I may understand what, like I know what she's trying to say. Yeah. But if it's not said properly, I'm like, like if she'll say like,
so now you act like me then.
Yeah. Like I'll take her at a literal meaning, and so I'll do something. She's like, "Why'd you do that?" I'm like, "Cause you said, take this out or something, whatever it is, instead of like put this up or whatever." I don't know. I don't know what the example would be.
Sure, but I think.
But so then she would get mad. She's like, what I meant, and like, yeah, I do. I know what she meant, but I'm like, I'm very picky on that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
they call that being pedantic, but
is it? Yeah. I'm very pedantic.
I think all of us can be guilty of being a pedant here and there, but I can tell. It's funny that you brought up the whole like they have a specific like way of phrasing like uncle on the father's side or uncle on the mother's side, because you tell a lot of stories about your family to me, and a lot of times it's like, my wife's brother's husband's
yeah.
uncle, blah, blah. And I can tell, like, you're annoyed at yourself in that moment whenever you're telling me. I'm like, he sure wishes there was a shorter way to say that, doesn't he?
Yeah,
and so,
yeah,
like, here
yeah,
we
you're
are.
right,
Here we
you're
are.
right, yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I could just say, like, okay, you know what? Then that's going to be my word. Let's try to figure this out. My word is going to be...
The name, what you
like,
call your wife's brother's husband?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the one. That's a good one because that is hard to always have to explain. Like, oh, this is my wife's brother's husband.
Right.
So in order for that, I'm gonna.
Oh, you could just say his name. Let's start there.
Yeah, well,
it could just
sometimes.
Say, well,
yeah,
you know
Ben,
say, right? Ben, my wife's brother's husband.
Yeah, I mean that could work.
By the way, I
like,
just made up the name Ben. I don't actually know their name because you've never told me.
Oh yeah, that's right, Scotty. Okay, Scotty. So like, hey, you know what? That's the first time I mentioned you, Scotty. How you doing there? So I don't know if he listens to the podcast. I don't think he does. I know his husband does. My wife's brother, right?
Okay,
I know he does. So yeah, you know what? Instead of me always having to say like my wife's brother's husband, I want to make up a word for that. So.
Oh, good luck. We're actually trying to make up the word.
Yeah, so I think it's going to have to be some combo of the two words like brother, husband, but he's technically my brother-in-law, right? So let's say
brother. Okay. He's your brother-in-law's husband.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that just makes him your brother-in-law.
Yeah, but like
your brother-in-law.
No,
by
it's
law.
going to be Brusband. That's what it is. Brusband.
Brusband-in-law.
So when I don't even have to say in-law.
No, it does because like it could also
because
just
it
be
could
your
be my brother's husband.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it has to be your Brusband-in-law.
Okay, Brusband-in-law. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you're right. Brusband-in-law will forever now mean, or just the word Brusband means brother's husband.
Sure.
So,
okay.
So if it's going to be your in-law, then you just say Brusband, my Brusband-in-law.
My Brusband-in-law.
Scotty is my Brusband-in-law, and he's a really cool guy. So that's
what if we change it instead of Brusband? And now it's starting to get easier to say, but I was saying
it's catching
Brusband, so because the TH from brother. Because I feel like a Brusband, we're really leaning into the husband part, and we're barely getting the brr off the brother. But if we Brusband,
I think Brusband is harder to pronounce.
Brusband. Okay, yeah. Brusband it is.
But also,
what the fuck do I know? I'm kidding.
But also, because the way I was looking at it was, how you hear people nowadays say like bruh. Right?
Bruh.
For like bro instead of bro. Like, in our day, I think it was more bro, but now it's like bruh. Mm-hmm. So Brusband, I think that's where I'm getting that. So Brusband, I think people understand. Okay. So yeah, so Scotty is my Brusband-in-law.
I feel like Brusband is like some country we don't know about.
Oh man, well, you know what? If we haven't heard about this country by now, that's too bad for them. Your country's name has been.
Or why do I feel like it's a place in the UK?
Oh, that does sound like something.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Brisbane in.
Brisbane. That's right. That's right.
Okay. We're good. We're safe.
You know what? If we have any listeners out there in Australia, I would really like to think what they think about the word Brusband.
Yeah, is it too close to Brisbane?
Are they going to like it?
I don't know. That might not. The way I'm pronouncing Brisbane might not be how it's pronounced. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say it. I've only read the name.
Like yeah, you're right.
So I might be saying that wrong. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I got nothing, man.
Oh,
I got
really?
Nothing.
There's never been like some phrase or word that bothered you to where you wish that like, or maybe a lack of, that you.
No. I hate that people call guacamole guac. I don't know why that bugs me, but it does. I can't grok that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think grok is it because I like grok because it doesn't sound too harsh, but I don't know. It just it hits me where I live. If I need to start using grok in my day-to-day life and see if I can make it catch on. You
know what? The good thing about grok, though, see, my word was very, very specific to a person, right? But grok is like dude.
It could be anything.
It's like dude. Because like you could say dude and it could mean anything like dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It just depends on how you're saying.
It's got a versatility to it. The way dude or even the word fuck. Which I love. Or fuck. That might be my favorite word in the English language.
Mm-hmm. Grok. Okay. So they do have that same versatility, right? About being used as but would you say grok is more of a profanity?
I don't think it's profanity. The way it's used in Adventure Time is like to grok something is almost to vibe with it, to get it, to understand it.
Okay. Okay.
That's why he says, "Why can't you grok that? Like, why can't you
Oh,
get it?"
okay, okay.
Or I said, like, I just can't grok that. I just don't understand.
I totally wanted to be like, could you use it in a sentence, please?
I've already used it in two.
And
Shut the grok up, Tom.
And can you spell that grokking word?
How would you spell grok? Because I would spell it Grok.
Oh, that is exactly how I would spell it. Yeah,
it
I
feels
wouldn't
like
put the C in there before the
C
K.
necessary.
No. You know, those things bother me too sometimes.
Okay,
you know, like certain spellings of words.
Letters
with,
that don't need to be silent vowels. Never learned French, I guess, because it's.
Oh,
full
I know.
Vowels,
I did learn. You know, je parle le français, un peu le français. I
have no idea.
So I said I speak a little French, just a little bit.
You're like that's
that's the extent of my French. No, but like, yeah. So, but I don't think that has anything to do with creating a new word. That's just how you spell it.
See, like, I even cheated. I didn't make that word up. I took it from a cartoon. So I really got nothing. Maybe I'll come up with one on my own. But I cannot say I've ever felt the desire to make up a word because I didn't like either the word that existed for it or felt that there needed to be a shortcut to it. I tend to like languish in my language. I like big words. I like words I've never heard before.
Yeah.
So like I tend not to mind that kind of thing. Although I see the appeal of what you brought up about the lack of specificity in some things.
Yeah.
I do find that interesting.
You know, I actually think I saw this on a short documentary about somebody who did try to enter a contest to create a new word, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And what it was like, the guy said he didn't like always having to say, like, you know, at family gatherings, like, oh, you know, me, my cousins, my nephew, my nieces, like all the specificities.
So he didn't like the specificity.
He didn't like the specificity. And
so why didn't you just say my family?
Well, I can't remember because he wanted to distinguish. He still wanted to distinguish between like the older generation of family, like uncles and aunts and parents and grandparents, compared to the ones more his age or younger, because he said, I forget his whole story and I even forget the word now, but I think what it was that he said he wanted to describe how he was having so much fun hanging out with, and then it was the cousins, the nieces, the nephews,
the younger
and
generation.
The younger generation, right?
Okay.
And so in order to do that, I think he started calling them neeples, my neeples, or something like that.
I hate it. I hate
yeah,
that
I know, right? And
word.
like, and I don't think he ended up winning, but like, I did see his the idea behind it, and I see why that would actually kind of be okay. Like
he could have just said like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed hanging out with like the younger side of my family. You know, my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, the younger side.
Yeah, I guess so. But even then, if everyone knew that word and you were just like, oh, so I went to Thanksgiving and like me and the Neeples went, and then you automatically know. You know what I mean? Like
I can see the pragmatism behind it. I just don't know how applicable it really would be.
But dude, could you grok that?
Ho, ho, ho! Christmas Fight Night. Noel from Hell.
And welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us ringside for Christmas Fight Night, Noel from Hell. And this is going to be one hell of a tournament here.
Oh my goodness!
This is going to be our just like what we did with Halloween Fight Night, Fright Night.
Yeah, so we're doing a tournament. Not nearly as many contestants this time. I think for Halloween we had 22 contestants. This time we only have 12.
Yeah, we kind of cut it in half.
There's just a lot less fighty, killing spirits around Christmas time. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
So do we want to list? Do we want to name for our audience all 12, or do we want to kind of like surprise them and just start rolling contestants, and then they can find out each round who's involved in? You understand what I'm saying?
I think a surprise is good.
You like surprise?
Yeah,
okay, we're gonna surprise our audience with who's entered this contest to the death. So did you want to go over the rules, or should I start rolling?
So what's basically going to happen is we are going over the course of the next 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, I think 3 weeks we'll get this one done in.
Will do a tournament where fighters will fight each other, where our contestants will fight each other
to the death,
and basically it's just going to be real quick. Me and Will aren't going to really research any, we're not going to do heavy research on these characters or anything. We're going to just give the best idea of what we think who would win between the fights.
Yeah, we're just going to shoot from the hip on this one.
In the end, there will be a championship fight between three of the leftover contestants, and one will be crowned the winner.
All right. The King of Christmas, if you will.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Give me contestant number 12.
Oh, okay. This is someone that I'm kind of hoping for, right?
Okay, all
This is the last minute shopper, and I'm gonna make this guy Arnold Schwarzenegger from Jingle All the Way.
Okay. What the fuck? This is last minute shopper dad.
Yeah, he's gonna be that last minute shopper.
Last
dad.
minute shopper dad versus contestant number 8.
Versus. Oh my god. The Abominable Snowman.
I'm pretty sure the Abominable Snowman eats last minute shopper dad.
Okay, let's see what last minute shopper dad has going for him.
Okay.
One, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
In this case, sure.
So he's in good health, I think,
Yeah, sure.
From the movie, not now.
From the movie
right?
Jingle All the Way, which was what,
he's in good health.
1998
Yeah,
or some
he's
shit.
strong, right? Last minute shopper dad, he has something to fight for.
Sure.
I can see that.
He's got, what's the action figure he's got in that?
Oh, I think it's Turbo Man. Yeah.
So he's got Turbo Man, and he just needs to get out of this goddamn store. He's finally found it. And then the Abominable Snowman steps into the aisle.
Wait. The Abominable Snowman came into the store?
Goddamn right he did.
Okay, I can see that. The Abominable Snowman
And
probably...
he, for some reason, wants that Turbo Man.
Yeah, he probably just wandered into the store by accident until he saw Turbo Man.
Okay, how is Arnold getting out of this? Because, I'm sorry, the Abominable Snowman's going to be bigger and stronger, probably faster. Depending on your lore, the Yeti has ice breath.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think Arnold's getting out of this. No,
I think he goes. He tries to make a break for it. I think the Abominable Snowman breathes ice all over him, freezes him in place, and then depending on the goals of this Yeti, either takes Turbo Man and leaves or eats Arnold. Or both.
I think what happens is both, and I hey, it's fight to the death, man.
Turbo Man mine, and then he leaves.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Arnold's dead.
I do see Arnold maybe getting a good few licks here and there.
Yeah, sure. He'll sucker punch the Yeti in the face, and then he'll get eaten.
Yeah,
all right.
He'll be like, like stupid. Yelling at him. But yeah, that's
all right. So we agree. The Abominable Snowman has one. He moves on to the next round. He also has a Turbo Man in tow.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, the next round. Give me contestant number 4.
Okay. Here's another one that I so badly want to do well. Number 4 is your drunk mall Santa.
Oh boy. Okay. Drunken Mall Santa versus contestant number 1.
Oh, this is, oh my God, this could not go any better.
Who is
this
it?
could not go any better. If you guess who it is, if you
I'm
think.
guessing that because it's number 1, it's Drunken Mall Santa versus the real Santa.
Yes, it is.
All right, so let's be real. The real Santa is laying the fucking smackdown on this drunk Santa for sullying his good name and not being a good Santa for the children at the mall.
I think this Santa is going
Santa's
to get
getting jumped in the fucking parking lot by old Saint Nick himself.
Well, okay, that's true. Well, let's look at what both maybe could bring to the table. I think
what can Drunken Mall Santa bring to the table?
So Drunken Mall Santa has nothing to lose, right?
Sure.
Because otherwise he wouldn't be there, I don't think, right?
And he has an empty bottle of booze that he can like break and use as a weapon.
And because he already is drunk, who's to say?
The sad part here is if Drunken Mall Santa managed to stab the real Santa at the back in this back alley, people would find the real Santa's body and think it was a Drunken Mall Santa that was dead.
And probably not even, they would probably just kick dirt at it and just, walk away.
I would hope they would actually do something about it. I mean, I don't know how corrupt the city you live in is.
It's corrupt. Well, our undisclosed location, you got to imagine the surrounding area.
It might as well be fucking Gotham.
Yeah.
Okay.
But okay, so,
Santa
he's
has
drunk.
magic.
He's drunk.
Yeah.
So will he feel it? He may be numb.
Santa's just gonna knock him over. You know what? No. Santa is gonna.
I don't think he would.
Santa's gonna knock him out, and then he's gonna take him to a rehab place. And get him cleaned up.
I feel
Santa's
that
gonna change his life.
Yeah, I feel Santa is going to do the right thing at the end. But at the beginning, he's going to reach into his big bag of goodies.
Yeah,
and then he's going to pull out a Louisville Slugger, and he's probably
he's going to take out some kneecaps.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, Timmy, I got to use your present.
And then after he's done taking care of Mall Santa and getting him on the right trajectory of life, he's going to write a very well worded letter to the mall with a recommendation for an old gentleman with a good record to be made the new mall Santa.
Okay, I could see that. So this is, instead of our a fatality, this is our first save-ality, right?
Yes,
he's saving this person's life. It's a save-ality. Right?
Go Santa Claus. Santa Claus moves to the next round. All right, give me contestant number 6.
Number 6. Ooh, it's Rudolph with the red nose.
Bloodlusted Rudolph versus contestant number 3.
Oh, okay. Rudolph versus Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
Up a winter.
Jack Frost wins.
Yeah, I
Jack
mean,
Frost can go invisible. He can fly. He can freeze an entire continent. I mean, Rudolph's great, but like, man, he got the wrong
Jack Frost
first round.
sounds OP. He sounds
Jack Frost
overpowered.
Is very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think about him going invisible.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I'm basing it off the old cartoon, the old like claymation ones. You remember all those old claymation Christmas ones?
So is he? So his. So yeah, there's no limitation to his scope of powers for this fight against Rudolph.
At the very least, he can like freeze a countryside, if not an entire country.
Okay,
like he's extremely powerful.
Because then there's no, because Rudolph could only fly,
and he can't endure that level of cold. I don't think.
Yeah, probably not.
And he's gonna get frozen right out of the sky. He's gonna fall.
Now, does the nose with light coming out of it, does it also heat?
No.
Okay,
no.
then he definitely is in
like
trouble.
Christmas light, yeah.
Yes.
Rudolph's got nothing.
So
and
he's
Jack Frost has just murderized.
So he's a reindeer-sicle now?
Yeah, it absolutely
Wow.
is. Jack Frost wins. And now, so we got how many? So we got Santa, we got Jack Frost, we got
Abominable Snowman.
An Abominable Snowman.
So you know what I feel really sad about the last fight? Because I just picture in my head, you see Rudolph frozen, right? And his red nose is glowing, and it's slowly like blinking, and it's slowly fading out, until it doesn't glow at all. Yep. Oh, that's so sad.
Jack Frost is brutal.
Oh man.
All right, next round. Give me number 11.
11. Oh, it's the mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Grinch. Okay. The Grinch versus. Did we do contestant number 8 already?
8?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did 8.
Okay. Contestant number 7.
Oh, it's the Grinch versus the Elves.
Okay, you gotta define the elves.
I gotta explain
many
this
elves?
real quick. Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, it's not gonna be
5
one
elves
elf
in a one big person suit.
Okay, yeah, I say it's gonna be. Let's say it's 7. It's 7 elves because I think 5. 5 sounds good. Let's say 5 elves.
Whatever you choose.
Yeah, 5 elves in a group.
How big are these elves?
These elves each are about anywhere between 2 to 3 feet in length.
So it's the Grinch versus like 5 Who's from Whoville.
Kind of, yeah.
So he's going to beat the shit out of the Who's from Whoville.
And I also feel like, though you are right, they are probably going to try to combine themselves like some kind of Voltron or like, or you know what I mean? Or like
Whoville Voltron.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they're going to be like, they'll be like,
all right, we're going to get this, motherfucker.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
and then like, boom, like it's, you know.
Well, I'll say this about the Grinch. Like he has been shown in both movie and cartoon form, but let's go to Jim Carrey's movie because it's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's,
to have
we'll use that
extraordinary strength. Like he can lift extremely heavy objects with one hand. Incredible endurance, like getting flung around a mountainside and like falling great lengths and not dying, or even like having a broken limb. Mm-hmm. Like I want to say the Grinch is near Captain America's level of power.
So okay, I could see that. Yeah, because you are right, and it does show him doing that. However, you got to think, okay, let's try to defend on the elf side. So basically, elves, you know, okay, so they're living a long time, right?
Sure.
So they're very wise. I think that they would have, you know, they're master cobblers, master builders, right? So I feel like that needs to be entered into this fight. I don't think that
they
they're
build toys, right? They build toys. What's the deadliest toy you can think of?
Oh man, you know what? Like they could, you know, like those toy either bow and arrows or some of those. Do you consider like pellet guns and stuff a toy?
Sure. I mean, no, but sure.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, you know, those could be considered.
I'm
toys,
sure they remember from back in the 40 years ago when those were toys, and they used to build them,
and they used to build them, and they could do that.
So they have a bunch of pellet guns.
Yeah,
that'll hurt the Grinch, but it's not going to stop him.
And you know, other than that, I guess maybe. You know, I don't know if there are any more magical powers than that.
I just picture the Grinch like breaking into the toy shop.
Yeah,
you know, most of them
that's something he would do. Yeah,
most of the elves scatter except for the 5 brave ones, right? And they're gonna come at him, and they're probably gonna trip him up and stuff. But one by one, he's gonna wring their little necks and chuck them out a window. I mean, unless they come up with a really clever plan on the spot in tandem with each other.
Because I would think they maybe would. Like, what if they get like trip him with a rope?
Yeah,
right, and then drop a net on him.
Sure. I mean, I think it's possible. But like,
but what would they do? Would they be able to hold him down and keep him there?
Yeah,
That's
but,
the problem.
Yeah, number one, they have to pull it off, and then they have to keep him. And then, I mean, I'm not saying it's. I think this is our first coin flip. I think it could go either way.
Yeah, that is true. But I'll be honest with you. I don't see them being able to kill him fast enough before he would get to them.
I also think, like, if they did capture him, like, I think, the Grinch is really good at, like, weaseling his way out of things or talking his way out of things.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he would schmooze them into letting him go, like, I won't hurt you, this is a misunderstanding. Like, blah, blah, blah,
or
blah.
promise
and then
them something.
Second they lose him, like, you little shit, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll get him, you know what I mean? So I think the Grinch wins.
You know what? I think the Grinch... Yeah?
All right, the Grinch wins. He's killed 5 of Santa's elves. This is so sad.
I know what's going on.
All right, who are our final 2 contestants?
So that's going to put Krampus.
Oh, shit.
Right?
I forgot about him.
I think Krampus is going to be a powerhouse here.
Yeah.
And it's... Oh.
Oh, no.
Why does... Oh, no, this isn't our last 2.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's not our last 2.
Okay, then... what numbers are left? Give me the numbers.
Okay, 2...
2...
5...
5...
9...
9...
10...
2, 5, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me contestant number 9
Okay, Scrooge
versus contestant number 5.
Number 5. Oh, okay. So, this one's a little better matched here. This is. I don't feel so bad now.
Okay,
it's Scrooge versus Frosty.
Happy
snowman.
birthday!
All right, I think Frosty wins.
I said my first word.
Scrooge is an old man, and Frosty, like, if it comes to throwing hands, Frosty's gonna fuck him up.
Because we gotta imagine too. Frosty's it's the magic hat that keeps him alive,
right?
Correct?
And Scrooge probably doesn't know that off the bat.
And will he? And I do know Frosty can move around. He has legs and everything. He looks pretty agile and fast on the cartoon.
No, he marches. He marches straight down the street.
Yeah, so I don't think that Scrooge, due to his age, will be able to catch him. And that's if he realizes that the hat is what's like giving him the power.
Right.
Correct?
Hold on, I gotta look this up. Frosty the Snowman, magic powers. Does he? Because I feel like he has magic powers that I'm not remembering.
Frosty? I remember him being able to I think he make like snow happen and like wind kind of blow through.
Yeah, that's what
I remember
I'm thinking,
that.
right? So
that's what I thought.
Magic. His power skills are magic, but what's his magic? Here I'm on heroeswiki.com. Let me see. Biography, personality. That's it. He does magic.
Okay.
So, God, I have not seen that cartoon in a very long time.
I know, neither have I. But it doesn't change the fact that
I think it's
Scrooge
wind and snow related, and Scrooge is like 85.
Yeah, he's still old.
I think he's going to kick Scrooge's cane out from under him, punch him in the face with an ice fist, and then smother him and or call down ice and snow upon him. And Scrooge will freeze to death pretty quickly.
Because here's 2 factors. Both Scrooge and Frosty aren't stupid. They both possess intelligence, right?
Sure, yeah.
But however, Frosty would know not to go into Scrooge's thing where there's like where there's a fireplace and candles and all that. But Scrooge would be smart enough not to go outside until he's gonna get freaked out by the ghosts, right? And then he's gonna be forced outside. I feel like,
you gotta go.
I feel
Frosty.
like, that's what I feel like.
Life will be meaningless if you don't. Tiny Tim will die if you don't face Frosty.
Yeah, so that's Frosty.
I just picture Frosty like sucker punch him. Happy birthday! It's like
with that voice.
Yeah, Scrooge dies. Scrooge is down. Frosty fucking killed him.
Happy birthday! It's your last. And then he's
shit.
just sitting right. Stabs him with his carrot nose.
Yeah. Okay. So Frosty wins. Scrooge is out. Now you gotta tell me who's our final contestant.
Oh my God, this is even.
I know who's left, so you gotta say it.
This is even, I think, worse.
We're going down the darkest timeline, folks.
Okay, it's Krampus.
Yes, this is Krampus, which is like basically like Christmas is Satan.
Yeah, I feel so dirty having to say this right now because it is in Krampus's wheelhouse. It is Krampus versus Tiny Tim.
Oh, man.
I mean, we all thought Tiny Tim was a good kid, but apparently
not.
He's not, What has he been doing with that cane?
Who's to say?
Poking people in the butt, maybe?
So, I don't know a lot about Krampus. What's Krampus's deal? I know he eats children. Is that it?
So, I think he eats children who are on the naughty list, basically.
He's coming for Tiny Tim.
he's basically, yeah, so like he's coming for Tiny Tim. All I really know about Tiny Tim is, you know,
he's sick and dying.
Yeah, and he has
poor, so poor.
Yeah, exactly. Was it polio that made it so that he had to use a cane to walk?
I think so. That would have been the time period.
And that makes it so
Gotta
much
eat all the
worse.
polio kids, take them out of their misery. Maybe Krampus is trying to be no.
You know what I like better, because there's no way. I mean, what is Tiny Tim going to do? Hop around and smack him with his cane?
No, Tiny Tim's
he's
dead.
not going to do that.
He's definitely not making that.
So
Festus
what makes
smash.
it at least somewhat palatable, that he's dying, is that we have to paint Tim in a very bad light. Tiny Tim probably has to be a bad kid.
Yeah, but what's he doing?
He's probably, I don't know, snorting
he
coke.
Can't even walk. Snorting coke.
I don't know.
He's snorting coke. So Krampus is coming.
He has a different idea of what a white Christmas is.
He's a crime lord.
Yeah,
he's running.
you know?
He's actually rich, and it's the whole poor thing's actually like a front.
Yeah, and he bops people on the head with his cane when they don't listen to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Sure.
You know what? Maybe that's the whole thing. This whole time you think he's crippled and that he's poor, and he's not. And this whole deception is a sick mind game. That he's playing
and they're
with
getting
everyone.
a lot of donations from well-wishers.
You're
and
right,
stuff.
and
they're
all that
scamming the whole town. Scrooge is a good guy.
So the people who really
he's also dead.
Yeah, and the people who really needed all those donations,
Are
Tiny
getting
Tim
them.
is taking them.
Yeah,
and
so
you
the
know
Krampus has come to call.
Krampus has come to collect.
Okay,
and he does.
And he does.
And he says
eats
that
Timmy.
Tiny Tim is sweet to the taste.
Yeah, Tiny Tim is
So
dead.
boom, that's Krampus.
All right, that's first round. We will do round 2 next episode.
So first round winners: Abominable Snowman, Santa Claus, Jack Frost, the Grinch, Frosty the Snowman, and Krampus.
all the heavy hitters. All
Yep.
the heavy hitters made it.
That's true. Yeah, I'm satisfied with who we have here. So I can't wait for the next round, and hope you all will come back and join us ringside for Ho 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 Christmas Fight Night.
Noel from hell.
And now let's join Will and Tom with the traffic report.
It's Will and Tom with the traffic report. Will, I wanted to use this traffic report just to say hi to Junior Mint 2.
Hi, Junior Mint 2.
Junior Mint 2 gave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Thank you, Junior Mint 2.
Thank you very much. And Junior Mint 2 wrote, "So I love this podcast, and I am also a huge fan of the Dungeon Cast."
Aw, thank you.
Shout out to Demo Gorgon.
Shout out to Demo Gorgon.
I just listened to the Ghost Living in the House episode, and I got to thinking that if you guys could do a collab with another podcast by the name of, I like this name, Chilluminati, that covers almost exclusively spooky stuff.
Oh.
He said, just an idea. And he says, hope to see a ton more of these episodes. Thanks, guys.
Well, we'd love to collaborate with anybody who's interested to collaborate with us. So, we could reach out, but more importantly, if you guys know about that podcast, feel free to reach out to them and let them know that we'd be interested in that very much.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And I do want to thank Junior Mint 2 for giving that suggestion out. Too bad, Halloween just passed.
Yeah, but maybe we can make something happen next year.
But that would be something pretty cool to do. And again, if you guys have anything that you would like to say or leave a comment and a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we would be much appreciated.
And that is all we have for you tonight. We will continue to bring you up-to-date coverage as new imaginings develop. Please don't forget to leave an iTunes review, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Remember, you can follow us on YouTube and on Twitter at DCY Imagine. And if you would like to contact us or tell us what you are imagining, you can email us at dudecouldyoumagine@gmail.com. This has been Fritz Frivolous, and from all of us here at Dude Could You Imagine, keep on imagining.
Yoo-hooey or yoo-hooey medieval music.
What did you think of my Willie's Wild Wieners?
I thought that was cool. I would eat there too. That sounds like a place in my head. I was thinking that would be when we're walking down the beach somewhere near the pier.
Exactly
and then I would see that.
Go
Yeah.
down to the